Breaking news as we welcome you into NFL Live today. We've got Adam Schefter here to deliver that news. Adam, what's going on?
Laura, we have a major trade that has just shaken up the draft order for later this month. The Philadelphia Eagles and New Orleans Saints have been involved in a trade that will involve 8 different draft picks over the next 3 drafts, including 2 first-round picks this year. Let's see if we have some of the information on that we can roll up right now. But essentially, the Eagles are trading one of their first-round picks, and you see in return what happens in some of the compensation that is coming back to the Philadelphia Eagles and New Orleans Saints in a trade like this. The Eagles are getting double first-round draft picks next year, their own and one from the Saints, in addition to a second-round draft pick in 2024. So it's a major draft day shakeup here where the Saints now will have 2 picks in the first round. The Eagles will have 2 picks in the first round. We asked, why would this trade happen? Couple of things to keep in mind here. I think this tells you that the Eagles are better positioned next year to go after a quarterback in a draft that will be much deeper if that's what they want. And it tells you that Jalen Hurts looks like he's going to be the guy this year. Be given the chance to
sink or swim,
claim to that Eagles quarterback job long term. And the Saints have added flexibility. Maybe they want to go with a quarterback and another player in round 1. Maybe they see 2 players they like, but they'll get 2 first-round draft picks. But the order of the first round has taken a major turn just moments ago.
We will continue to talk about this throughout the rest of the show. As Adam said, this is a major trade that will affect a lot of our draft conversations as we're now in the month of the NFL draft. You see Mina Kimes there on the screen, Dan Orlovsky, Teddy Bruschi here with me now. And Dan, I'll just start with you. As you hear this, I think one of the main keys here, and we'll continue to show you visually because I realize it's a lot of information to process, but the Saints wanted to get ahead of the Chargers. There must be a player, a position, somebody that they're looking out for. They said, we got to make sure we get this player or this position before the Chargers.
Yeah, if you see at bottom of the screen, it says 16 New Orleans Saints now, who used to be the Philadelphia Eagles. And I believe that they wanted to jump the Chargers for an offensive tackle. I said about last week on this show that if the Chargers get a starting right tackle that's a good player, you can make the case that they have the best roster in football. And now the Saints, who lost their starting left tackle in free agency, Teron Armstead, to the Miami Dolphins, I think the Saints realize that there's these group of offensive tackles that they like. And it may not be the first or second guys off the board in this year's draft, but there's a group of guys that they're going to like. Maybe it's Charles Cross from Mississippi State, or Penning from Northern Iowa, Falele from University of Minnesota. Maybe it's Raymond from Central Michigan. That they feel they need to get a quality starting left tackle in this year's first-round draft. And if they do, they're right in the mix with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers and the Rams for being a playoff contending, championship contending football team. This says a lot about the Saints and how they view themselves.
Okay, well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. And let's say hello to all the ladies. What's up, Roland's Review, a.k.a. Stacy Schubert. And then, of course, there's Aisha Robinson. What's up, Aisha? How you doing? Miss Amanda Brown. What's up, Amanda? You know, there's Miss Hot Sauce, who is, she got a man. She got a man. What's up, Lola? Then there, of course, there is JoJo Gonzalez. What's up, JoJo? How you doing? Gina Thorne. What's up? Is she really a rose? She's really a rose. What's up, Gina? How are you doing? Did I miss any of the lovely ladies in the place with the style and the grace? Please leave another message there. Oh, my goodness. What a day, what a day, what a day it has been. Shout out to everybody that's coming in here and stuff. I am still exhausted from what transpired this past weekend. It was great. Oh, my God. You know, it's comical and it's sad at the same time that literally, no matter what you do, there are going to be people that hate you. And people are realizing, if I make a channel dedicated Primetime Phil, what's up? Dedicated to hating Mark Holmes, I will get views. Ava, what's up, Ava? How you doing? Renee's in the house. What's up, Renee? Oh my God, we have, you know what? That's what it is. You know what? It makes sense now. They hate me because they don't have all the lovely ladies in the house. That must be what it is. But it's crazy because I thought I was doing something great beyond myself. Something great that included all you guys. Execution was not perfect. My wife, my lovely wife, my partner in life, my ride or die wife, who's there with me together. We are building stuff together in life, and I would be nothing without the partnership that we have together. And she's the one, she's like, you're just trying to do too much. She said, honey, I love you. You have the greatest ideas and things, but you try and do too much, and that's where your problems are. And, you know, I was so excited about printing out the names on the back of the butcher block, on the plaque. And there were so many people that, hey, I want to get my name. I want to add, I want to get on it and things. And I waited too late to try and do it, literally in the middle of the night, the last minute, kind of like when I went to school. I always studied for the final exam the night before as opposed to building up to it. And unfortunately, I didn't get that together, but we're going to redo the back of that, and it's actually going to Dak. And I actually have a little surprise that I'm going to actually send to Dak with it as well. I was given a picture by his uncle that he wants me to try and do. So I'm going to take the piece, the first one, and I'm going to do the other one, and I'm going to send them both together as a surprise. So I'm excited about all the stuff we did and everything else, and I can't wait to continue to do more stuff. And what we are going to do, because we ended up going to the autograph signing show, I would have gotten more pieces, but the prices were just like outrageous. I mean, it was crazy how much the inflation has hit. I didn't realize that gasoline also costs the signatures for everybody else. But what we have here, we have a couple of things. We have signed, look at this, check this out, signed by not the original 88, but in my mind, the greatest 88, the playmaker. We have a Joe Barty that we're going to be giving away over the next few weeks. We also have this print signed by the playmaker. Look, let me flip cameras. By the playmaker, okay? Look at that. And for those haters out there, and you know who you are. You know you are watching right now. You know you are watching right now and trying to find a clip. And you know what? It's flattering and scary at the same moment that you literally spend every waking moment watching me. I'm flattered. So in case you don't know, if you go to the autograph signing shows, Emmitt Smith has his company, Proviva. You see that right there? See that little sticker? Inside of there is like a barcode that they scan to authenticate the signatures. This, my friends, is authenticated and real. This was signed by the player. And buddy, you know who you are. You know who you are, buddy. I've got photographic evidence of all of that. And since you do all those videos about me, and you've literally tried to trash me and say that our whole thing was a scam, make sure that you go through the video, and it's about 6 minutes or so, where I'm talking with Dak Prescott, my quarterback, about stand up for cancer and so on. Also, we'll be giving this one away too. This one, that's my quarterback right there. Boom. It's a Jobu sweatshirt. So we are going to be giving back to all of you great people that helped out in the great cause and everything else. And so now, let's get on to everything we got here. Easy. Mark Holmes, this is Hurts' last season as an Eagle. Oh, my God, yes. You think? Weren't there rumors about Jalen Hurts not Jalen Hurts, them trying to get Russell Wilson? If there was a better option right now, I think they would have taken it. They looked around and they said, we don't want Carson Wentz back. We'd have been down that road. And they're looking, of course, and it wouldn't be a surprise if they decided, take a flyer on a guy this year. Without a doubt, this is like, Hurts, you got one more season, sink or swim, we got a backup plan. At least, I hate to say this, but I can respect the Eagles for trying to plan ahead. They're looking at it and saying, there's not a better option right now, but we're going to cover our back and see what we can do next year. We've got 2 picks in the first round this year. We got 2 picks, and if New Orleans ends up falling, if New Orleans has a bad year, it could be a really good pick. And you got to look at it and say, well, New Orleans no longer has Sean Payton. That may be a step backwards. You've taken Tyson Hill, and now he is a tight end, and you got Jameis Winston coming off of an ACL. So it's kind of crazy. But, you've got plans to say we have enough picks that we can do almost anything. You have to look at that and say that's actually pretty genius of the Eagles, the way they took, lemons and made lemonade with Carson Wentz. I actually have to say that organization is run better than what the Cowboys are doing. Because and this is where, we are always screwed when it comes to the media. Not everything that we hear is always exactly true. And, that's where the people say, well, Mark Holmes was wrong. Well, Mark Holmes wasn't the only one that was wrong on the same shit, okay? Mark Holmes is not doing it. Megan Cornelius, what about Samuel Williams? Think that he's a third-round edge, but I'm telling you, Mark Holmes, his stats don't lie. The funny thing is most people always say, oh, you got to have a first-round guy. And if it's not a first-round guy, he's going to be bust. No, that's not the case. There's more guys that make it from the later rounds that aren't first-rounders that become some of the greatest out there. You are part of the sisterhood on this channel. Amen to that. Eagles keep making good moves. Well, they do to a point. The Eagles have a boatload of draft capital to find a way to screw themselves up. Well, here's what's crazy. 8 teams have multiple picks in the first round. 8 teams. That's insane. Eagles are loaded this draft and next, and they're going to be the NFC East in a few years. Cowboys need to do something. Well, here's the reality. SD1, Mark's supposed to be blue. Mod, what happened? SD1, Mark's supposed to be blue. I'm supposed to be blue. I don't understand that. SD1, Mark's supposed to be blue. Mod, what happened? I love weed. You smoking the good stuff? Are you smoking the good stuff? I don't understand the comment there, my man. Oh. I got to do something. Real moment here. Look, let me flip here. I got to be real with you guys, okay? This is all BS aside, okay? Johnny, I'll be there. I'll be at some home games next year, okay? Things look like they're better with COVID and everything else. And if the plane tickets aren't $2,000, or maybe I'll drop, but then again, gas will be high. I got to be real with you guys. I've got to fix this. And I'm not sure I can because I'm addicted. I have an addiction that I must conquer it because I don't want to be a disappointment to my dad. I love doing Jobu Sports Report. I love being here with you guys. I love letting my passions roll, but sometimes I go a little bit off and I say things that words that I shouldn't. And my father pointed out when I was live streaming at the convention center this weekend that out of nowhere, all of a sudden I used the F word. I dropped an F-bomb. And he's like, there's kids standing around you, son. Me and your mother watching you and stuff. And I had to just turn it off. And I keep forgetting that, sometimes, I hate to say it, but sometimes it seems like the word is just appropriate. but I'm going to try to do better and not, because I do not want to be a disappointment to my 82-year-old father. I am so blessed to have him, and I don't want him to think that I'm just a potty mouth and that he didn't raise me the right way. So please, I'm going to ask you, mother humpers, you trolls, you player haters, please slow your roll. Don't piss me off, okay? I need some kind of a stress meter to know when I'm about to get to the boiling point where I just got to woosah and just not let it happen. I almost made it through yesterday's live stream venting on the Cowboys, and I ended up one time, and I saw my dad today, and I said, Dad, I am trying, Dad. Lord knows I try. I'm trying to do better. So please, all you mother humpers, all you player haters, all you fake rear end Cowboy fans, don't piss me off, please. Okay? Please. Can I ask that? Because the last thing any of us want is to lose the respect of our parents. All right? So please help me. Let's go UNC. The haters are not stressing you out. Your cowgirls are. Filthy. But see, you come in here, Filthy, and
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Filthy. See, you come in here and remind me about the things that kind of drive you crazy. So I'm sitting here today. I'm a little tired from the weekend. I got work I got to do. I got to be down the country tomorrow at 9:30. I'm getting the building permit for the house. I got some other stuff that I'm working on. So I got business, because we're trying to run a business here. We got a business that I'm trying to run here, along with keeping you up to date with the Cowboys. So I got to leave by 6 a.m. And we have a charity fundraiser for Yolanda Fletcher. They're raising money for the school and stuff. And so I got 3 pieces that have to go out tomorrow. So I got to get up at like 4:30 in the morning so I can sand them out and get them packaged up so they can go out, so she'll have them in hand in time for the fundraiser. So I got all this stuff. And today I was just kind of stressed out. The weekend was finally over. My sister came up. I haven't seen her since my brother's funeral. So I was spending time with her. So we were up till 2 in the morning. So I'm just like tired as could be. And I said, I'm going to take a nap. And you can't even take a nap. You can't sleep on the Cowboys. Because here it is. First, the Eagles make the blockbuster trade. Right? And I'm sitting here like, whoa. And then I got up and I was going to do a video on that, right? And I got this call from something. Hey, John Jones, you're entered into the drawings that we're going to have for some of the Michael Irvin and Dak Prescott gear. Shout out to John Jones. So I get up, and then I got this phone call where we have something, where I've got some stuff in the works that's going to be really exciting and helpful to all of you guys. I can't tell you yet, but it's going to be big. Okay, you're going to see some different stuff that you haven't seen before. We're going to have some special guests and things like that. And just like I'm working with my people from Foco, okay, we're going to be able to get you guys like cowboy gear and bobblehead dolls and all that stuff. So I had a conversation with him, and it turns out he's a Cowboy fan. Go figure. For about 45 minutes. So I'm going through with that. I did a video talking about the Eagles doing this blockbuster trade. And I'm looking, and I'm like, where's Philly 500? The Eagles make this major move, and it's an hour later, and there's nothing from Philly 500. I was like, wait a minute. I literally called Philly 500 to say, Philly, are you okay, son? Kurt Morgan, what's up, Kurt? I was worried that something happened to him, because how could they if the Cowboys made a trade, first round picks and all this stuff like that, that's like earth shattering news. That was like earth shattering. And here it is an hour later, Philly 500 doesn't have anything on it. And he finally came through. I called him. I'm like, Philly, where are you? I did a video to say, Philly, where are you? And everything else. He finally came in. He said, he's like, some of us have a job. It's like, are you trying to, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, son? It's look, don't hate your father. Maybe one day you can be like your dad. Okay? Why you got to hate on me, son? I don't understand why my children have to hate on me.
By the way, King Dick back here, and so before we start this video, I gotta get this mother humping thing out of the way. Mark Holmes is my daddy. Okay, that's out of the way. Ow!
Yeah, so Mark Holmes is my daddy. So the only one that got caught. Who's the only one that got caught? So I go through that, and then you heard breaking news that apparently we were actually doing due diligence, is what the second part of it came out, that we were actually thinking about getting a wide receiver. And I'm just kind of thinking about, wait a minute, hold up. Where? I'm trying to see the damn Gina report here. Hold on. Gina has sent me, and by the way, here we have a new one. Da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
Where is it? Good Lord. Gina, you just sent me a lot. Damn. I'm going back on here. Hold on. Where the heck is it? Eagles City Picks. Okay. Up. I can't even find it. Gina, you done sent me so much stuff, Gina, I can't find it. Eagles have agreed to trade. Washington. Okay. This was actually funny, too, because I took it like this. A statement from the Washington football team regarding their allegations of not sharing the revenues. This is where it's kind of funny. This is plausible deniability. There has been absolutely no withholding of ticket revenue at any time by the Commanders. Those revenues are subject to independent audit by multiple parties. Anyone who offered testimony suggesting a withholding of revenue has committed perjury, plain and simple. Washington Commanders team spokesman. Okay. So the Washington Commanders have never withheld revenue from the rest of the NFL. Okay, that could be true. Because we don't know if the Washington Redskins or the Washington football team, they did, but the Washington Commanders actually have never played a game. They've actually never played a game. So there is plausible deniability. And that statement is 100% true that the Commanders have never, ever withheld revenue because they've never had any. They're brand new. Dun-dun, boom. Also, of course, we found out that Bobby Wagner, his cap hit number is only $6.5 million this year. $6.5 million, which is less money than we're paying in dead money for Jalen Smith. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. How you feel about that, y'all? How y'all feel about $6.5 million is all it took for Bobby Wagner? I can understand if they said it was going to be $15 million for Bobby Wagner or $10 million for Bobby Wagner, but $6.5 million? Are you serious? That was it? Are you telling me we couldn't afford to do that? Then we hear that the Cowboys were interested in the Devontae Parker. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. Now, Jane Slater came back, and you don't know if Jane Slater is pulling the company line, and said that they were just doing their due diligence about it, that they weren't actually in the trade. They were just looking into it. But I'm sitting there thinking, when you got rid of Amari Cooper, when you said we can't afford Amari Cooper, and he's one of the best route runners in football, and figured we can't afford him, but we're going to eat $6 million worth of cap. to get rid of him. And now we hear that you're looking at Devontae Parker? In what world are you looking at Devontae Parker and thinking, yeah, that'll work? And is Devontae Parker that much better than, say, I don't know, Cedric Wilson? Anybody else think that? That, wait a minute, it's like you could have gotten Cedric Wilson and kept him. He knows the system. Devontae Parker's had one season over 1,000 yards. Anybody else have that same thought, or am I just crazy? Lizzie Potatoes. What's up, Lizzie Potatoes? Are you new here, Lizzie? I don't know. You know, when I hear my voice, like, it's kind of crazy because, like, when I hear, like, da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt, my voice doesn't sound, I don't think my voice sounds that good, but people are like, yo, but, you know, I tell you what I do have. People say I have the looks for radio. I do hear that all the time. I definitely have looks for radio. Although with radio now, they kind of have the podcast, so you still see them. So I don't know, but I appreciate that. So this makes you wonder, are the Cowboys serious about adding another wide receiver? Are they serious about adding another wide receiver? Should we be hopeful that they're looking and saying, we need to add another wide receiver? I mean, because basically,
What? Why do we get a wide receiver? Why do we get a wide receiver?
so more of anything, why did we give up our wide receivers and then have to go out and get some other ones? So here's where my questions go. Army Mom Heather. What's up, Heather? It doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason or design here. And see, here's where it makes me wonder. A couple things. Okay, I don't know if you guys watch me or not, and that's cool if you don't. But some strange things happened this weekend. Okay, strange things. We're at the CSA show. We're having a great time. CSA show. We're there, you know, before early because Michael Irvin's supposed to be there signing starting at 12:15 or no, 11:45. The playmaker got there a little bit late, and you know, then he had all the pictures because a lot of people want to get his pictures. Bobby Ice, what's up? Uh-oh. Da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
Is in the house. What's up, Gina? Okay, so we're there, and Amari Cooper is set to be on the end. You could actually get within about 10 feet of where Amari Cooper's supposed to sit there. So I was like, okay, I want to go ahead and I want to get some tapes to see how the mannerism there, correct, Mark, seems random. What seems random? Oh, you mean the way the Cowboys? It's kind of like, oh, we can't afford wide receivers, so, you know, we're not going to sign Cedric Wilson, and we're going to get rid of Amari Cooper, and now you're hearing we're in the market for a wide receiver? So you could have restructured Amari Cooper and had a smaller cap hit than we're paying in dead money. So if you start thinking about that, you have to say there must be more to the story that we heard about, you know, Amari Cooper and Dak. I don't know that he said that he was the Black Kirk Cousins, but there could have been tension there. I don't know. I'm just saying from the outside looking in, it makes no sense if you're saying we have to get rid of Amari Cooper, take a $6 million cap hit, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring in Devontae Smith. That doesn't, you can't tell me financially that that's the best move when the Rams find a way to sign Bobby Wagner for $6.5 million. So Amari Cooper, they're calling up for pictures of Amari Cooper. Okay? And, you know, people are getting their picture taken with Amari Cooper and stuff and all that. You know, you hear last call for Amari Cooper. Okay. Cowboys are confusing themselves. I think they really are. They really are. So we're under the assumption that he was already there taking the pictures Casey Stewart. What's up, Casey? Taking pictures. And once you finish taking pictures, then you come over to the autograph signing. Then you go in the back and you sign some more merchandise. Isaac, if the season is a bust, do you think Sean will replace? Maybe, or it might be Dan Quinn. But I'm not sure. I'm not ready to say it's a bust yet. You know what? I've gone through my emotions. Maybe I'm getting ready to go through denial, but I'll get to that in a minute. But then we got people already lined up for Amari Cooper. They've already called the first group, and then they come over, they pull the sign down. Amari Cooper will be here tomorrow instead. So then there were some people that were like, I paid for my ticket, $150. I had to pay $10 to get in. I got to come back tomorrow? It's like, okay. So then, shout out to Brian De La Rosa, who posted on Instagram the feed from CSA shows that said Amari Cooper, along with some others, weren't going to be there the next day because of weather delays. And I was like, he was here yesterday. And I'm going to say, if I was Amari Cooper, with as many Cowboy fans that were there, knowing that Michael Irvin, knowing that Dak, that Zeke, that CeeDee Lamb, Tony Dorsett, Randy White, that all of these Cowboy people are here, all of these Cowboy fans are here, it may hurt knowing that I've been a part of the team for 3.5 years, and now that I'm not, and maybe you don't want to have to deal with that situation, and maybe it's just kind of like, you know what, it's not worth it. And that's why it happened. The crazy thing is they had Amari Cooper right there on the end, and they had Dak Prescott, which would have been right beside him, which would have definitely been awkward if there had been some different blood and so forth on there. But it was a great event. So it must have been something to all of this. You don't go ahead and say, we're going to get rid of Amari Cooper and take the cap hit, and then we're going to go out and look for another receiver. It just doesn't make any sense. I think the Cowboys repeat the NFC East 11-6. And see, Jason Renfro, I agree with you on that. Because as we go across here, what team do you look at and say, oh, my God, they just got a hell of a lot better in the NFC? You look at the AFC, and potentially you see teams that look a whole lot better because of what they've done in free agency. Von Miller going over there. You see Russell Wilson going to Denver. Denver hasn't had a quarterback since Peyton Manning. And you could say, yeah, those teams are better, but I don't see where there's teams that are markedly better. Because you can look at the Rams and say, well, Odell Beckham played a major role for him. You could say that Von Miller played a major role for him, right? But they lost both of those guys. You get Bobby Wagner. You look at that and say they're kind of status quo, having to face a Super Bowl hangover. 49ers were good, but we know that half the teams that made the playoffs this year, they're going to have a tougher schedule, and it's going to be hard for them to go through. Half the teams won't make the playoffs next year. So maybe the Rams are one of those teams. The Rams have the Super Bowl hangover. Maybe the 49ers come back down to earth a little bit. They still are trying to figure out Jimmy G, versus the other quarterback. Who's going to be the starter on there? Seattle's definitely got to be worse. And the Cardinals, we know they can't play late in the season except against the Cowboys. I look at Green Bay and say, Green Bay, they're definitely not better without Devontae Adams, right? Do we think that, that Kirk Cousins is going to be new and improved this year and that they're going to be better? They didn't make the playoffs last year. The Bears.
4 picks against Grossman and 2 fumbles. What do you see about the Bears? We shut them down that way?
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. They're what we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Wow.
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Yeah. So the Bears, and we know, come on, the Lions? All right. Let's go Tampa Bay. You got Tom Brady. At some point, I'm going to be right here. At some point, Tom Brady's going to get old. I believe at some point he's going to get old. He's going to hit the wall, okay? I'm not going to say that they were a juggernaut because they weren't a juggernaut last year. We came close to beating them. They're good, but you don't look and say they're – I don't know who you look at in the NFC and say they're a lock. I guess everybody's going to say the Rams because they're Super Bowl champions, but I'm not sure that they are. New Orleans has a good defense. And New Orleans, they got a hell of a player now. They got a hell of a player in Taco Charlton. They signed Taco this evening. Shout out to Taco Charlton, who's doing the NFL tour. He's having cups of coffee in a lot of different locations. We know Carolina, they don't know who the quarterback is. Even with Sam Darnold, they still don't know who the quarterback is. And then, of course, you've got Atlanta. Come on. Mariota? Seriously? Our division, even though Colin Cowherd, the cow turd, believes that now, of course, that the Washington football team, like they're always sold as, they're great. Now they got Carson Wentz. He's a real quarterback. Come on, man. Come on. Seriously? No. The Eagles, they got a lot of draft capital. Eagles should be a decent team, but I'm not going to say they're world beaters. They can beat us. They can win the division. I'm not saying that they don't. But if you're honestly looking at it and saying, do we at least compete with the people that are in the NFL? Yes, we do. Yes, we can. Yes, we do. You're right. Taco does have a ring. And you know what? I ain't mad at him. He didn't do much to earn it, but he does have a ring being on Kansas City. But, you know, David Carr has a ring, too, for being on the Giants. Didn't do jack to earn it, but he's got a ring. And I hate to agree with Jerry, but Jerry is right about we are actually in better shape than we were last year at the moment. I know we haven't got the shiny new pieces. But the one thing the Cowboys have always done is draft well. And if the Cowboys can have another good draft, minus, of course, Taco Charlton, then we can be actually in good shape to actually do something, at least in our division. I'm not saying that we're a Super Bowl team. I don't want people to start saying that because I'm not going to say that. But we have a chance in the conference. I know we got to pay, Green Bay and the Rams. We've got tough games against great teams, but we also have teams, like the Texans. We got teams like the Colts that I'm not sure that as great as everybody thinks. We've got the Jaguars. We've got the Eagles, the Giants, and Washington. Mark Rank, member for 19 months. Shout out to you. And I want to pull up. Let me see if I can pull this over to you guys. Let's see. This is an interesting thing. As everybody gets started, because I'm not trying to defend. I'm not trying to do like most of the talking heads that are Cowboys writers that are trying to defend the Joneses and what they're doing. I'm not trying to do that. But I came across this article, and this is true. If you ever watch, they used to have the list of the worst free agent signings and stuff. If you watch that thing, it gets all the way to the end, and at number one, their response is any free agents that the Washington football team signed. And literally, they would go through and they just killed them. And so here's a list of some of the big free agent signings that the Washington football team did that never panned out. And they always, Trucker's Life, what's up, Trucker's Life? They always went out and they got all these great players that had done great things in the NFL. And it never ended up working. Who would I rather have, Linda Mom or Green? Say what? Linda Mom or Green? I don't understand that question, Mark. Shout out to you. Explain that one. Linda, Mom, or Green? Shout out to Mike, who is not here. He's with
da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
The Texans suck. That's right on that one. Okay. So Washington, every year, we've always thought, like, oh, my God, they got great players. Like, they just let go of Landon Collins, right? Remember when they signed them? Oh, Washington. We said, oh, man, we should go get Landon Collins. We should get Landon Collins. Great safety. And he made a boatload of money from Washington and didn't do much. He didn't even make the list. There was Josh Norman. You know, Josh Norman coming off of the Super Bowl year for the Carolina Panthers. People said, oh, my God, they got Josh Norman. Josh Norman got paid to do that much. Linda's mom is hot. Is there a Linda's? Who's Linda's mom? I'm confused. Okay, I've been hanging out with I Love Weed. Okay, I'm confused. JT the pipe layer. Okay. Is Linda better? What is this conversation? Who's Stacy? Oh, wait a minute. Is Linda better than Stacy? Are we talking about Stacy Schubert? Wait, hold on.
What the hell's going on out here?
I seriously, what the hell's going on? I'm confused. Mike will be back tomorrow. Oh, Linderbaum or Green. I was like, Linda's mom. I'm like, who's Linda's mom? Who's Linda? I was like, okay. I think maybe Green. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not high. I don't get high. I don't. I mean, I just don't. I'm high on life. I would like to actually have Green. I think Green will end up being. I would rather, because here's the thing: if you get Green, you got your guards taken care of. You can be okay with Badish. Maybe Badish gets a little bit better with having two guys around. Gotcha. How do you feel about Jarvis from Cleveland? Should Dallas go after him? Jarvis has had a lot of injuries in the last few years and stuff, and I think he's kind of on the tail end side. But let's go through this list real quick. Okay, so we had already gone through talking about Josh Norman and my man not even making the list. I'm going to skip over Mike Burrow because that was kind of a small one right there, though. But Jeremiah Trotter, they got Trotter from the Eagles. You know, I don't know if you guys remember when Trotter was always swinging the bat and everything else, and he was a beast. He came to Washington, signed a 7-year deal, okay? And in the time he was there, he had 1.5 sacks and 204 tackles. He didn't do jack. Boom. But everybody thought, oh, my God, they got Jeremiah Trotter. They're going to be bad, man. They're going to be so good. You're not going to be – with Jeremiah Trotter, he going no. Didn't bust a grape. Steve Spurrier. Why we got to get all these damn ads on everything? Steve Spurrier, of course, ended up bringing all his Florida Gator guys. Every one of those guys. They were all hype and everything else. Danny Warfield and Shane Matthews and all that stuff. They were all busts, free agents. And they didn't pay him a whole lot of money, but they still suck. Antoine Randall L., of course, one of Big Ben's favorites. They paid him $31 million and said, oh, man, now Washington, they got themselves a real wide receiver. And in his time with Washington, with the $31 million he made, he got 11 touchdowns and a punt return for a touchdown. 4 years, okay? And he never got over 700 yards. But they thought, we finally have a receiver. Jeff frickin' George, Linderbaum, okay. Shout out to Mark, gotcha. Must have been using voice recognition, I gotcha. Jeff George. And see, here's where Carson Wentz will be Jeff George. Jeff George was a former number 1 pick. Jeff George was with the Colts. Jeff George had a hissy fit to get himself out of the team he didn't like. Sound familiar? That's Carson Wentz. He went from he went from the Colts to Atlanta to Washington. And when he came there, and at this time, I know $14 million is like, that's chump change, but back then $14 million was a lot. So he ended up being 0-2 as a starter. 0-2. They paid him a boatload of money. They thought he was going to be the answer, and he didn't bust a grape. And the funny thing is, that didn't even make the top 5. Kid Twist 83, I think we should went heavy in D and free agency and went heavy O in the draft. The NFC doesn't look strong as we should have been. And hey, Kid Wist, 83. Is 83 the year you were born? What's the 83 for? I was junior in high school. Okay. Dana Stubblefield, again, another big-ass defensive guy that they thought was going to be great. He ended up having 15 sacks in 97 for Washington. They said, oh, my God, we got Dana Stubblefield. He's going to be great. So they paid him a 6-year, $36 million deal. And this is in the 90s. And in his time, he went down to 8.5 sacks and 4.5 sacks and then 1 sack. So, Bruce Smith, another big name late in his career. He came there basically, Reven S., what's up? Basically to get the sack record, and that's all he did. Didn't help him any. Adam Archuleta, this one was crazy. They hired a safety that was an in-the-box safety that wasn't that good. They paid him a boatload of money. Didn't bust a grape. I'm sorry to bust on you, Washington, but, you're easy. They got prime time. Casey Stewart, what's up? They got prime time past his prime time. They signed him to an 8-year deal, $56 million at the age of 33. He played 1 season. And then there was Albert Hainsworth, who was a dominant defensive tackle. He got paid, and he wouldn't even get his ass up off the ground. So, seeing all that, and I know that the Rams did their thing, got the Super Bowl. I know Denver did with Peyton Manning. I know Tampa Bay did with Tom Brady and crew. But it's not always a winner signing the free agents. So in some regard, I have to say I understand Stephen Jones's caution about not wanting to overpay and pay $17 million for Von Miller. I get that. But at some point, Clinton Portis is another one that he doesn't even make the top 10. That's how bad it's been for Washington. He doesn't even make the top 10. Michael, I'm not sure he's washed. At $6.5 million, I would be happy to pay him $6.5 million. If you were going to sign Jalen Smith, who was on one leg, and you're saying that you're going to stop the line with a guy who had 170 tackles last year, okay. Isaac Martinez. Mark, is it true that we're doing away with 50-plus yard field goals this year? Who said that? I didn't hear that, Isaac. Where did you hear that one? Isaac Martinez. This old saying that you don't miss the water till the well runs dry? I truly miss Michael when I'm here. I think we need to address the O-line the most. Tony, you are the man, because I believe everything starts with the offensive line, and if the Cowboys don't fix it, how about, are you entertained?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here?
I didn't hear that. Oh, well, LeVar Arrington, he was a draft pick. He wasn't a free agent bust. But, LeVar Arrington may end up being the precursor to, I'm having a brain fart because he didn't play none last year. What's his name? The rookie of the year, Mark Brunell. That was enough. Look, Mark Brunell doesn't even make the top 10 list. Casey Stewart, you speak facts. The line is first. Well, yeah, Hainsworth was number one. Look, number one was Albert Hainsworth. But that's the thing you got to look at and say, maybe there are something there. And when you start looking at the NFC East, I don't know that we're worse than anybody else. We may not win. I'll say this. Listen, I'll be the first to say nobody's repeated since the 2003-2004 season as NFC East champions. So we have a tough road to hoe. We've got the first place schedule. But I can't look and say that Washington did a lot to become better than the Cowboys. I can't say that the Eagles thus far have done a lot to say they're head and shoulders better than the Cowboys. And we know the Giants, those broke asses, definitely are not. Sean, you can literally go down the line, and you're still not even some of the ones, Fred Smoot. Well, Fred Smoot originally was drafted by them. He left and did the Love Boat in Minnesota and came back. Yolanda, I'm doing good. I just have to get up about 4:30 in the morning so I can get your pizzas finished then. Sean Taylor was a beast. The only thing good about them. Shift I've been around. Philadelphia, keep dreaming. Yeah, watch the Giants win the East this season. Well, that's possible, but do you honestly believe that? It's anything is possible, but I can't say I believe in Daniel Jones. And let's look at this here too. And I know when you look at it from the outside at first and you see some of the big names we play, you start saying, man, we got to play. But you start thinking this, okay, I look at our season like this. We got 6 games in our division. Even in the worst years where we only win a few games, we haven't been below 500 in our division. That's a fact. Usually we win 4, 5, 6 games. We won all 6 last year. Let's say the Eagles sneak one from us. I don't think that Washington's going to. I think Carson Wentz is what we think he is, which is a turnover machine. I'm not going to say that Washington is a better team right now with Carson Wentz. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I can't do it. All right, so we got 2 games against Washington, 2 games against the Giants, 2 games against the Eagles. Let's say we go 5-1, okay? So I'm going to put down 5 victories in our division. We got the Bears and the Lions and the Texans. Are you telling me we can't beat the Bears, the Lions, and the Texans? That's right, Eastside Herald. Eastside, I'm talking to you, Eastside. Yes, we're kicking your ass. So that's 3 games right there. Indianapolis, at home. Indianapolis with Matty Ice. Maybe you lose that one. Maybe you lose against Green Bay. It's in Lambeau Field, and you don't know when it's going to be. You got the Jaguars. I think we can beat the Jaguars, even though the Colts couldn't. Tennessee. You got Tennessee, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay, and the Rams. Let's say you go 2-2 against those teams. 2-2. It's conceivable. That gets you right there to 11 wins. Not impossible. It's not that tough of a schedule. I know you think Cincinnati, but maybe Cincinnati is a one-hit wonder. Tennessee, they had a good season there, but they lost in the first round just like Green Bay did. Tampa Bay, yeah, Tom Brady's back, but Bruce Arians retired. They're older. Ndamukong Suh's older. Tom Brady's older. You don't know if Gronk's coming back. They could be taking a step back. And the Rams could have the Super Bowl hangover. So that's why I say you could be 2-2. If you go 11-6, that's not that bad. If you go into the draft where Jerry Jones has basically said, there's no secrets here with the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get Ava. We need to focus on both lines. We have a greater need to be better on our O-line. Amen on that one. Shout out to Ava. And Ava, I'm going to get your DAC piece finished and sent out. Shout out to Ava. If we focus on the draft, like we say, and we are gravy, look at the Eagles' schedule, so easy, they will win the NFC East. Okay. They still got to go through Dallas there, buddy. They still have to go through Dallas. We'll see there, buddy. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying that they can't. They have the advantage of not having the first place big boy schedule, but we'll see. We'll see. Mark, Stu is a free agent, but he's looking at coming back and resign. Ndamukong Suh, you mean? I think he's thinking about coming back and playing, though, for Tampa. I was thinking, so he's really good. He has the micropower. Okay. If the Cowboys do get a good guard, Tyler Badish isn't great, but if you have a good guard on the other side of him, it'll help. And it may be, okay? We may, I don't want to say this. It may be that come June 1st, we got an additional $10 million. We currently have $15 million. We haven't spent jack. You can sign your rookie class for about $6 million. That'll leave about $20 million of extra space. We know Catboy, bottom basement buddy, I love the value picks and the value meals. Game Changer, my favorite rap song from the 80s to 84 to 89. Freaks Come Out at Night. My radio, LL Cool J. Run DMC, It Was a Dream. Eagles will trade Hurts next year. Eagles always sucked, and so what's your point? Well, they did finally win a Super Bowl. I have to give them credit on that, but they did finally win a Super Bowl. The Cowboys did not get worse. And that's the thing I'm saying, I don't know that we got worse. And I think in some regards, bringing back the players that we have that know the system, at least are going to start with the basis of knowing what the plays are. Sugar Daddy, we must first protect the king. Oh, amen on that, Sugar Daddy. Freaks Come Out at Night. Oh, of course, Freaks Come Out at Night. Hell. Cowboys break the curse and win 2 in a row in the division. There you go. That would be great, Mark. I would love to see that. I would love to be able to say, ha, ha, to the Eagles fans. Let's go, UNC. Mark, I bet the Joneses all the way order of a la carte menu. But after the draft, after OTAs start happening, after people start getting a look at their shiny new toys, their new players, there are going to be some more, of course, players that are cut that are valuable players. The Cowboys could be one of those teams that actually have more money to spend and figures we're going to go ahead and get some of those better players that are let go. That's possible. Travis, I agree with you on that one. I have a dream, and one of these days I'm going to make it come true, but I'm going to get me an RV, and I'm going to outfit it to do just that. You've seen the Madden Cruiser. We're going to have the Jobu RV. How we trade up Hurts ASAP. Gilmore can still cover. Cowboys going to get DK. No, David. You know what's sad is how we as Cowboy fans are always suckered into believing that the Cowboys are going to make a move. It's actually sad. How many times have we literally been suckered in this season where we believe that the Cowboys have interest in a guy and we do nothing? We don't do jack. We literally don't do jack. And we have to start getting used to that idea that that's just going to be the way it is. Now, what we do need to do is we need to do a drawing, and I'm not going to be able to do too much overtime because I need to get my butt to bed because I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning so I can get this stuff done before I have to hit the road. But I'm going to play a clip here real quick that I am so honored to be part of.
His birthday was September 5th, last year. And then I lost my brother, too, when he was 9. So, like, I relate to you on so many levels.
I was scared of my bro. Yeah, as soon as we walked up, he was like, Jobu good in my life. Appreciate you, Jobu. Thank y'all. Well, we appreciate everything that you're doing. And how's that shoulder? The shoulder's great.
I need more Jobu in my life. That was amazing to have gone through and seeing Dak and stuff. That was a great event. And it's crazy how many of the haters are out here and doing stuff. I'm folding up all the names for all the super chat. Every time I hear Cowboys interested in a player, they won't sign. You know, it's kind of like now it's like, okay, get back to me when they're actually signed, okay? It's kind of like we are suckers. Joanne, we got Reven S. and Joanne. Y'all making me work tonight. And Brazen Campbell. Okay. Hey, Braylon. Hey. Shout out to Braylon. Oh, boy. Sports TV season seems like Dana Dane nightmares. Oh, man. Dana Dane nightmares. Nightmares of the night. Okay, sorry. Dallas is getting Tyrann Mathieu speaking it into existence. Don't count on it. Hey, Mark, it's Taylor. How you doing, Taylor? Oh, Tyler. I hope he wasn't jealous. Nah, because, Dak got the love, but Mike got to go home with the girl. Okay, so he's cool. How we got Kenny a future top 5 quarterback. It is possible. He's covered his, you know what? I can't be mad at him for covering their back. What if their plans are to sign Diggs quick? That might not be a bad idea. Joanne Gonzalez. I'm sitting here trying to get these put in here. You're killing me. CD looks like John. That's my quarterback. Preach, Gilmore. Almost there. Almost there. Damn, Gina. Tyler, you know it. Stepping off everybody. See you later, Alan. CD looks like Joe. Ooh, don't say that to him. I'm sure. He was like, the fuck is that? But he was cool. Okay. All right. It's time to do that drawing. Dale, what's up, man? How are you doing? Okay. Round and round, round and round. Here we go. We're spinning it around, round and round. We'll do another piece of Jobu artwork for you guys. And I'm going to dig deep in here. And come Friday, we will be doing Friday, B.A.M. Here's what we're going to be doing. B.A.M. I want you to see that, guys. This is not tonight, but everybody who donated to the Fight Fate Finish charity, where we raise the funds, we will be giving this away on Friday night. All the people who did the donation to it, I'll have the names carved into it, and we're going to do it. There's Jet D. Jet, what's up, Jet? And Arthur Macon, what's up? What's cooking? Arthur. All right. Our winner tonight is Cowboys 1973. Cowboys 1973. Get in touch with me. Email me, cowboysmark94@gmail.com, so that way we can get you. We're going to do another print, like a Roger Staubach one, and we will get it sent out to you. All right. So, knowing that I got to get my ass up early in the morning, we're going to go ahead and get our shots going. And we're going to get ready to roll up out of here. So get your shot glass ready. Shot, shot. Chips Game Sports, shout out to you. Thank you, everybody, for all of your support, and I will see you, God willing, tomorrow morning. Appreciate you. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again. We got it.
You one ugly motherfucker.
What? Why did we get a wide receiver? Why did we get a wide receiver? Situation requires is a whole lot more than you shutting your mother ass up.
Playoffs? What are you talking about? Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Take the money out! All of it!
I think that's a part of leadership, is to have some of the guys that have gone before that have been disappointed to share it with everybody involved. For me, it's a reminder. I too have been here 23 years, and it is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole said that, I want me some glory hole.
What the hell's going on out here?
Da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
Ladies and gentlemen,
out! All of it!